If you are learning Finnish, you'll probably share my struggle. Why do Finns use so many meaningless words? They are as abundant as they are redundant. So, I'd like to share 10 meaningless Finnish words, and I believe that knowing them, getting used to them, and then ignoring them will help you understand Finnish conversations better. All the examples in this video come from the podcasts I listen to regularly. They are Helppoa Suomea, Finnish with Emily, and YouTube channel Suomea Jarron kanssa. I recommend them if you are learning Finnish too. And no offense to any Finns watching, this is just for learning and for fun. The moment a Finn opens their mouth, you won't miss this word, niinku. For example, vaikka niinku näennäisesti onkin nukunut niinku ihan ok tai ihan niinku hyvin. Well, forgive me not dropping niinku as naturally as Finns do. If you compare the literal translation with the actual meaning, which is, although we seem to have slept quite well, you can tell niinku means nothing, or rather it means, Another meaningless word like niinku is tuota. Some people may translate it as well, such as, ja tuota oli mukava kevätjuhla. And well, it was a nice spring celebration. Sounds reasonable, right? But they even say tuota before they start speaking the sentence. Finnish also has another word similar to well that is no, such as no niin, which is a phrase that means nothing but can also mean everything. And the third one is siis. For example, ja jos olet siis tällaisessa tilanteessa, niin if you are then in such a condition, then dictionaries would translate it as then, but I don't think so. I prefer to ignore it. And this sentence also reminds me of another meaningless word, or a series of meaningless words. It is tällainen, which means such or this kind of. And that kind of is sellainen. But Finnish is not as simple as you would expect. In spoken Finnish, sellainen is changed to semmoinen and tällainen is tämmöinen. And when they are put in the sentences, they will change to tällaisessa, tällaista, tämmöisen, semmoisen, semmoista. Well, I need to stop here. When you hear these words, the best way is to ignore them. Finns mostly use them just to buy thinking time. Finns have a lot of ways to indicate uncertainty, which is maybe useful in this uncertain world. They use jotenkin very often. It means somehow. For example, mulla on aika useasti aina aamuisin sellainen tunne, että on jotenkin tosi väsynyt. I quite often, always in the morning have this feeling that I'm somehow very tired. So are you very tired or somehow tired? I cannot tell, but I know you are tired. They also frequently use tavallaan. It means sort of or kind of. For instance, eli se on tavallaan sellainen aika hyvä keino, että. The literal translation is, that is to say, it is sort of such a pretty good way that you can still get the sentence even if tavallaan doesn't make sense to you. And the beginning of this sentence is also a meaningless word, which Finns usually use to start a sentence. It is eli or elikkä. The dictionary translates it as in other words or that is to say, but I would say Finns use it more like a filler word that you can just skip. Then it comes to the eighth one, tosiaan. It is translated as really or certainly, or my Finnish friend translates it as indeed. Honestly speaking, I am confused and annoyed when Finns speak this word. Let me give you an example first. Mun nimi on tosiaan Emily. My name is really Emily. Wait, is there a fake Emily somewhere? And another example is, ja tosiaan kun tämä jääkausi loppui ja muodostui tosiaan järviä. The literal translation is, and indeed, when this ice age ended, Unless indeed formed. My Finnish friend told me that in daily conversation, it maybe indicate that the information has been mentioned above. Well, it makes sense, but there's too much tosiaan in Finnish conversations. Another word that might mean really is kyllä, or in spoken form, kyl. It literally means yes. However, it may be just used to emphasize without concrete meanings. For instance, mä oikeastaan suosittelen sitä kyllä kaikille. I actually recommend it really to everyone. Then we come to the last one, also a confusing word, which means nothing but also can mean anything. It is ihan. If somebody asks you, how are you doing, and you answer, ihan hyvä, it means not good, not bad, like so-so. But if you use ihan to describe something negative, it means really, emphasizing the seriousness, such as ihan hirveä, it means really bad. So, as Finnish learners, we should be careful with using ihan. There are still a lot of meaningless words in Finnish, which makes the language difficult to understand because it adds to your cognitive load and distracts your attention. But to learn the language, we need to at least get used to them. So I would recommend you listen to some podcasts like Helpoa Suomea, Finnish with Emily, and Suomea Jarrunon kanssa. They are good and authentic materials. That's it for this video, and if you found this video interesting or useful, please leave a like, share it with your friends, or drop a comment. And subscribe if you are also interested in learning Finnish. Moi moi!